beauties! It's that time of the week. It is time for my favorite time, probably yours too. It's time for Real Hair Revelations. This week is all about winter hair care. We're going to revisit the winter hair care go-to plan. So it is getting cold. I literally had to turn my heat on today. I'm not ready, y'all. I am not ready. Not ready. But the time has come. Got to turn on the heat, which means that we also have to be extremely cognizant of what we do with our hair. Hey, y'all. What's up? How's everybody doing tonight? I hope you guys are well and wonderful. Hello, beauties. Hello. I want to let you know that we are having a Whoop sale, which the link is posted in the caption, but also Danita is going to give you the link as well. What is the Whoop sale? So we manufacture all of our products and we also fulfill all the orders. Well, every now and then a jar will drop on the ground. And, you know, our caps are gold and they're metallized, so that means that they will dent. Or sometimes we'll put on a label and the label will be crooked or something like that. These products are perfectly fine on the inside, but the packaging is a little, it's got a little dent, got a little smudge. The label may be a little bit crooked. So we are giving you the opportunity to get these perfectly fine products that have a little bit of, scratches and dents and here and there on the labels. Now, honestly, some of them, you will look at them, you won't even know that there's anything wrong with the cap or the label. But we have an extremely high standard of quality when it comes to our packaging and our products. So again, the product is perfectly fine on the inside. However, the cap may be a little bit dented. The label may be a little bit crooked. So you can actually get these for 25% off. Now, the link is there's only certain products. It's not all of our products on our website. It's only certain products. And these are going to be available while supplies last. So as soon as y'all buy them up, they're going to be gone. So I will tell you there are some items at the link that there's only one available. There's other ones that have 3 available. There's another one that has maybe 13 available. There's not a whole lot of this stuff. So if you want it, if I were you, I wouldn't delay. I would actually go to the link and get what you need, get what you would like. Again, it's 25% off. Products are completely fine on the inside. The gel is exactly the same. The cream is exactly the same. The step 1's exactly the same. The only thing is that the label may be a little bit crooked. So if you're okay with having a slightly crooked label or having a slightly dented cap for 25% off, make sure you go to the link and get it. Thank you guys. I'm glad you guys like my hair and my outfit, my earrings, and everything. Thank you so much. I will say I have not retwisted my hair. And this is a super old twist. So we're going on like I'm getting close to overdue to washing my hair. We're going on day 10 now, 9 or 10. And I haven't retwisted my hair. I hope you got a chance to look at my video that I did live on the page where I showed you guys what I do for Roberta. The link is literally in the caption of this live. And Danita's also going to post a link for you as well. But if you look at the caption, you'll see the link. I have not retwisted my hair. So I hope you got a chance to look at my, literally step-by-step of what I do to preserve my hair day after day after day after day. And how I make my twist outs, bantu knot outs, braid outs, wash and goes, or what have you, last for days upon days without having to retwist. Because I am a super lazy natural. I don't got time to be retwisting every night. I don't have time to do anything beyond day 1. So I hope you got a chance to watch it. If you didn't, it is on the Facebook page here on Facebook, so you guys can go see that, so that you too can be able to make your styles last forever. Okay, so let's get into it with the topic. All right. Excuse me. Oh, Donna, you're so funny. She said, this is not help with my Naturalicious addiction problem. Yo, Donna posted her stash, and it was like 23 products she had or something like that. It just stocked up. She is a rider. Yes, I love you guys so much. Okay, let's go. Let's get into it because I don't want to, I know y'all got things to do And I know some of y'all gonna be trying to get on that link and get the products as well. So let's get into this topic. Okay, by the way, invite your friends, share this live, and make sure that you are tagging your friends as well. Don't be stingy. Sharing is caring. Okay, we want everybody to have fabulous hair. Wintertime is the hardest time of the year on our hair. It is the one time of the year that we have literally zero humidity in the air. It may be like 1% humidity or whatever, but it's pretty much zero. Pretty much zero humidity in the air, okay? And for that reason, it's extremely harsh on our hair because we don't have the evaporated moisture, which is humidity, to help us out. So we don't have that. We have that working against us in the first place. But then on top of that, we also have all these materials that we're wearing in the wintertime, which cause our hair to become even drier. Now, here's the thing. You, me, pretty much everybody watching this live already has dry hair. The last thing that you want is something that's going to make it drier, right? So herein lies the problem, because if you have dry hair, you have to actually put moisture into your hair in order to prevent breakage and brittleness and shedding and split ends and all those things that we hate. Well, in the summertime and the spring and parts of the winter, parts of the fall, we have humidity in the air. And humidity is literally just evaporated water, right? So, which is why when you go outside in the summer and your hair looks really cute, you go outside and it kind of like puffs up like this like cotton ball. You're like, where'd my twist out go? Because of the humidity, right? Well, that actually works in our favor because it's adding moisture to our hair. It's helping us out. Those of us who have dry hair need all the moisture we can get. Is a complete misnomer that you can have too much moisture. You can't have too much moisture if it's the right type of moisture, which we have discussed in depth in the past. We won't get quite into like what types of moisturizers to use. Right now, we may a little bit later as I'm talking, but right now we're just gonna put a pin in that right now. But in the summertime, summertime, spring, and fall, you have humidity. In the wintertime, you ain't got none of that. So you are on your own. You are completely out to the wolves in the wintertime. Again, we also tend to wear coats that are made out of materials such as cotton and wool, polyester blends. All those things are moisture leeches. So if you think about when you're wearing a hat on top of your head, it's literally sucking the moisture out of your hair. It's sucking what little moisture you're already getting because there is no humidity in the air to help you out. All right, so do you see what I'm saying? Why it's like the worst time for our hair, particularly dry hair? Because you got all these factors working against you, which is why you really have to have a really good game plan for the winter if you want to come out of the winter with with this, amazing, fabulous hair that you've worked so hard for all year long. The other problem, depending on the part of the country that you live in, the winter can actually be like the longest season, right? So it's like, not only is it the driest season for you, but it's the longest season. So it's like long and dry all at one time, right? So let's get into what you're going to do to prevent this problem from messing with your hair, okay? First thing is that I want you, you know how I'm always preaching to you guys to make sure that you are, make sure you're sleeping on a silk, preferably, or satin pillowcase. I want you to do the same thing, same theory when it comes to your coats and your sweaters and your scarves and your hats, okay? Now, it's extremely cold in some parts of the country, particularly Michigan. Those of you who are in the D with me, you guys know it's cold as hell here, right, in the wintertime. And so I'm not going to suggest that you wear a satin coat or anything like that, because that would not make any sense and you would be extremely cold. What I am going to suggest, however, is that you buy yourself, continue to wear your same old coat, but buy yourself a silk or satin scarf to wear around the neck of your collar. Here's why. Anything that is cotton, polyester blends, wool, anything that's not satin or silk or material such as that is going to suck the moisture out of your hair. So you can put all the moisture in your hair. You can be using the right types of moisturizers. You can be, doing it every day like you're supposed to. But if you are constantly wearing those materials, it's going to suck the moisture out. So if your hair is anywhere past, I'm going to say ear length, and it's touching that, that coat or that scarf, that wool or cotton scarf that you have on, it's sucking the moisture out. So you're going to find that your ends are going to be really brittle. They're going to be really dry. You're going to feel like, what, I'm doing all this work. Why is it not doing what I needed to do? And this is because those materials are sucking the moisture out of your hair. So what you're going to do is you're going to go get yourself a silk or satin, preferably silk. I always advocate for silk if you can find it, scarf, and put it around the neck of your collar. I saw, who's that? Someone I just saw said they had bought themselves a satin hat. And it was Katrina. Katrina just said she bought herself a satin lined hat. Perfect. Make sure though, when you are buying your satin lined hats, that it is truly satin. There's a lot of things that will say that it's satin lined because it feels like satin, but a lot of times that'd be satin mixed with polyester, and you don't want that. You do not want that at all. Anything with polyester will suck the moisture out. There are tons of satin poly blends. It's completely counterproductive to what you're trying to do. You want to make sure that it's pure satin. So as long as the lining in your hat is pure satin, or again, preferably silk, you are good to go. Again, think about, you've got this hat on your head like all day, right? Or the whole time while you're out. So if you have this hat on your head and it's covering all of this and it's not lined with satin or silk, now you've got moisture being sucked up out of all of this part of your hair, and you probably have on a coat which does not probably have a satin collar. So now you've got moisture being sucked out of here. So you all messed up, right? All your hair is, yes, Eva, yes, charmeuse satin is what you want to find. All your hair is all messed up because you are not wearing a satin or silk scarf. By the way, if you have not yet shared this live, make sure you share the live, you guys. We want as many people here as possible to make sure we are all getting this good information, okay? Okay, so that's the first thing. Make sure that you are wearing satin or silk scarves or satin lined hats, okay? That's the first thing. Second thing, this is kind of like a nice to do. It definitely will help a lot. I know a lot of you did this when I suggested it last winter, but a lot of you are new. Oh, and I'm so sorry. I didn't even introduce myself to the new people. I'm so sorry. We passed the introduction today, but we'll do it next time, okay? So next thing I want you to do is get yourself a humidifier. Again, for the same reason I mentioned earlier, because there's no humidity in the air to help you out. So what are you going to do to add that humidity to your hair? What I suggest and what I do is I actually have a humidifier that I run in my bedroom at night. Nighttime is where you spend the majority of your time in any one place. Now you may say, oh, well, I'm at work during the day. Yes, but you're not in that same spot, not moving for 8 hours, right? You're up, you're going to the bathroom, you are going to somebody else's office, you're going to lunch, you're moving around throughout the day. At night, that is the one place that you are pretty much still. I mean, you may toss around a little bit, but for the most part, you're in the same spot all night long, and your hair has the opportunity to get all that moisture put into it that it has not been able to get throughout the day. So I suggest that you get yourself a humidifier. Just turn it on at night and just have it point towards you. I sleep on the edge. I don't know if some of you may, I don't know where you sleep in your bed, but you're probably sleeping on one side or the other. Just have it point to your head and, just have it point there, and it will help to add moisture to your hair. You don't have to point it to your hair. That's just what I do. You can literally just have it in the air, helping all of the air in the room. Either way, it will help your hair tremendously if you are consistent with it. Now, you can't do this for one day and be like, oh, my hair don't feel moisturized. It's always about consistency. All right. Hey, Jeff. DJ007 has joined. So it's all about consistency. If you do it every day, you will find that your hair is retaining moisture longer. And that is what we all want. We want that longer moisture retention, which leads to less breakage, less split ends, prevents some forms of shedding, all those sorts of things that we want. So again, we come out of the winter with this great, amazing hair that we have worked so hard to get. Okay? So that's point number 2. Point number 3 is we just talked last week about how you might be the problem. So if you guys were there, I'm sure I got so many messages from you guys like, you know what, Gwen, thank you for being in my face and letting me know that reminding me that I am the problem. I know Erica made a whole video about it. So I was actually really, really glad that resonated so well with you. This is going to kind of be in that same vein, okay? I need you to be moisturizing your hair daily. Daily, especially in the winter time. Now, of course, this is not a hard and fast rule. Some people can moisturize every other day. Some people are going to have to moisturize twice a day or what have you. But for the most part, you should be moisturizing your hair every single day because, again, as I mentioned, there's no moisture in the air that is going to help your hair out. So you literally want to take your, I don't have any moisturizer in here, but you're going to take step 2 if you're using Naturalicious. Take step 2, put it on your hands, and a lot of you know what I call my open palm method. This is literally something I came up with. It's one of the things that I do that helps me make my hair last days after days after days without having to retwist or redo my hair. I can get, 10 days out of my hair easily. And the only reason I don't get more days is because I generally wash my hair every 7 to 10 days. This is something you can do as well. You take the product, put it on your palm, and instead of moisturizing your hair like this, like pulling at it, which pulls the curl pattern out, you're going to just graze it with your hands. Just like this. You're just going to move back and forth with your hands because breakage occurs at the ends of your hair. Okay, breakage occurs at the ends. Hey, Kiki! It occurs at the ends. It does not occur at the roots. Shedding occurs at the roots. Breakage occurs at the ends. The place where most people who have dry hair have problems usually is at the ends. That's not to say that you're not going to moisturize the rest of your hair. You absolutely are. But when it comes to the focus, especially in the winter, you've got to get those ends. And you really have to get up in there and do this. It takes me all of 2.5, 3 minutes to moisturize my hair. Now, my crown up here is my 4C baby. It requires a lot of love and tender care. And if I don't give it enough love and attention, it will absolutely rebel against me. So I make sure when I'm doing my open palm method that I kind of separate my hands again with my palms and I just graze around. And I will even part my hair in different places and I will again do the same thing just like that. So that's how you moisturize the roots using the open palm method. But I'm telling you, it helps your hair to maintain its curls. Like look, again, this is 10-day hair, 9 or 10-day hair. I have not retwisted at all. At all. I'm not gonna say I don't believe in retwisting. I just don't have time. And I just want to go to bed sometimes. I'm tired. I run a whole company. I have a whole 8-year-old child. I'm a whole life partner to somebody else. I have stuff to do. I have shit to do, right? And so do you. So if you don't want to have to do that every single night, that's what you can do. But that will also, hey Dominique, that will also help you to make sure that your moisture is being retained in your hair. Now let's talk about moisture real quick, okay? Because I got to get into this because this is like the biggest problem that naturals have is lack of adequate moisture. And notice I said adequate. It is so important to make sure you're getting the right types of moisture. There are so many products. Those of you who are OGs, y'all know I'm about to get on my soapbox. Y'all newbies, you may not know, but you're going to learn today, okay? So moisture, and more moisture is the cause of gray hair, usually the cause of gray hair or crappy hair. One of the two. Usually what's happening is that usually the problem is that they aren't moisturizing enough. It has nothing to do with how much moisture you put on your hair at one time, but everything to do with how frequently you are moisturizing your hair, okay? How frequently you are. So you should be moisturizing your hair every day. If you're first starting out, you might have to moisturize your hair twice a day. No shame in your game. I was moisturizing twice a day when I first started. My hair has now gotten to the point that it kind of knows that it's going to get the moisture, and so it doesn't like hold on to and like suck it up so that I can't feel it anymore. So I can usually actually go about every 2 days without moisturizing my hair, but I can't do that in the wintertime. In the wintertime, I have to moisturize my hair every single day. And the more tightly coiled your hair is, the more this is the even more important this is for you. Okay. The dryness of your hair has a lot to do with how tightly coiled your hair is. The reason that your hair is dry is because, and again, my OGs know this, we all secrete something called sebum. Sebum is the natural oils that our skin secretes. If you know someone with oily skin, you may have seen little beads of oil on their nose in the summertime. The same type of oil is secreted on our scalps. So when that oil has to travel all the way down the hair shaft in order for your hair to stay moisturized. Well, guess what? if the more tightly coiled your hair is, the more coils, hoops, hurdles, and all that sort of stuff the oil has to get through before it can get to the end. So what typically happens is that it dries up before it gets to the ends. This is the exact reason why you have to put moisture into your hair. That's why your ends probably feel super dry in comparison to your roots. Now your roots may feel dry, but your ends probably feel even drier. And that is because your sebum that your skin naturally secretes does not have the opportunity to get to those ends before it dries up. Okay? And so you have to put the moisture into it. So again, it is so vital for you to moisturize your hair every single day, particularly in the wintertime when we don't have the summer heat and humidity helping us out. In the summertime, I can probably get away with moisturizing my hair every other day. But in the wintertime, that's not going to happen for me. I have a friend. In the wintertime, she knows she has to start moisturizing twice a day. When I tell you to moisturize, I suggest that you do the method that I suggested, the open palm method. It literally takes less than 5 minutes. I mean, it probably, on a bad day, and when I say bad, I mean slow, it probably takes me 3 minutes. Like, it takes me no time at all. So this is not a time-consuming task, but it is something that you need to make sure that you do. Just like you brush your teeth every day without fail, you need to be moisturizing your hair every day without fail. You don't want to be walking around with rotten teeth, right? So if you don't want, and we know that we have to do this in order to make sure that, one, our breath don't stink, but then also that we don't have rotten teeth. So if you want to make sure that your hair flourishes, you have to give it the same amount of love that you would give to the rest of your body. You wash your face every day. I'm pretty sure you take a shower regularly. You have to do the same thing for your hair. And I think that a lot of times we exacerbate things and feel like it's more of a problem than it really is. Because I see people all the time who's like, oh my God, I gotta do my hair. And I think to myself, like, well, yeah, but you also have to do like so many other things, right? You like just upkeep yourself, right? Like it's time consuming, or can be time consuming to, I don't know, take a shower every day. It can be time consuming to do your makeup every day. It can be time consuming to do so many things, but we just do them because it's out of habit. So make your moisturizing part of your routine, and it won't feel so labor intensive, right? If you're moisturizing your hair every day using the open palm method, you'll find that it takes you almost no time at all, and it doesn't feel so laborious, right? Okay, so I'm also big on this because I feel like our hair is such a big part of us, especially as women of color, that when we say things like, oh, I hate doing my hair, or, my hair takes so much time, it's such a chore, like that's almost like you almost like negatively affirming yourself. And we want to feel good about ourselves, right? We want to feel like we're beautiful, like our beauty is effortless, like we just woke up like this. And I think when we say things like that about something so innate to like our existence, like there's so much history wrapped up in our hair as women of color, I think it really negatively impacts how you feel about yourself, like subconsciously. So say more affirming things about yourself. And that has nothing to do with winter hair care, but just something I think about sometimes. All right, so we're going to make sure that we're moisturizing our hair regularly. When it comes to moisturizers, here's what you want to look for. You want to make sure that you have no mineral oil whatsoever. Mineral oil is not an actual oil. Let me say that again. Mineral oil is not an actual oil that you want to have any part of. Mineral oil is the byproduct of when gas companies distill gasoline from crude oil. And what's left over is mineral oil. It is quite toxic. It's not good for you. And in fact, the gas companies, they actually, it's cheaper for them to sell it to cosmetic companies than it is to dispose of it. Like, where do they do that at? Like, it's crazy, right? So they sell it to cosmetic companies because what mineral oil, or otherwise known as paraffinium liquidum, what it does to your hair and your skin and everything that you use it on is that it provides a very slick barrier. Remember that it comes from crude oil and gasoline, and crude oil is slick, right? So it provides this like slick barrier that's shiny, just like you would expect an oil to be. Problem with it is that it actually is a moisture repellent. It literally repels moisture from your hair. So anytime you put a product on your hair that has mineral oil on it, and then you try to put a moisturizer on top of that, it actually repels the moisture from getting to your hair. So now you're basically putting moisturizer or good moisturizer on your hair for fun because you've put this other mineral oil based product on your hair. Mineral oil based products can generally only be removed in most cases with a sulfate based cleanser. Again, another problem, right? Because sulfates, they dry the hair out, right? They're a chemical that creates suds in dish soap, laundry detergent, hair products, face soap, all that kind of stuff. It creates suds solely for aesthetic property. It does not clean any better. It does not help your hair any better. None of that. In fact, it actually dries your hair out more. So not only have you now put something on your hair that's repelling moisture from getting to your hair, but now you have to get it off with something that's going to dry your hair even more. And you're dealing with the wintertime, and you have no humidity in the air. It's like a double, triple, quadruple whammy on your hair. All right. So when you are moisturizing your hair, make sure that you don't see anything that says mineral oil. Mineral oil is the devil when it comes to your hair. Stay away from it. You want to make sure that you see things in the products that are humectants. Humectants are ingredients that actually attract moisture to your hair. Whereas, again, mineral oil repels moisture, humectants attract moisture. So things that attract moisture are things like glycerin, particularly vegetable glycerin. If you're vegan, you want to stay away from animal glycerin, but glycerin can come in animal form or vegetable, though vegetable glycerin is way more popular and way more prevalent in most hair care products. So glycerin is one. Another one, and this is going to strike some of you as surprising, is fruit-based alcohols. So we've all been kind of taught and conditioned that alcohols are bad for you. This is completely half false. So some alcohols are bad for you. Most alcohols are bad for you. Most are actually made in a lab by a chemist or whomever, and they're designed to help your hair dry faster. Problem is that for those of us who have dry hair, it not only helps your hair dry faster, but it helps to dry your hair out. So that's not okay. But there are some alcohols that are derived from coconuts or other fruits that are super amazing and beneficial for your hair. So those would include things like cetyl alcohol, stearyl alcohol, cetearyl alcohol. Those are three of them. There are more, but those are the most common three. You want to find those in your hair products because they actually attract moisture to your hair. Again, think of it like almost like a grape. When a grape ferments, it forms an alcohol and it turns into a wine and we drink it, right? It's the same sort of concept, except it comes from coconuts. And a coconut is out for so long, it ferments, it forms an alcohol, and we can put it into beauty products to help beautify us. So it's not the same type of alcohol that you find in a lot of hair products that are literally like rubbing alcohol or isopropyl alcohol or anything like that. Some of those you will find in hair products, but you want to make sure that the alcohols you do see are moisture attracting alcohols. Okay? All right. That is probably this. If you do nothing else that I say tonight for your winter hair, this is the one that I want you to make sure that you do, which is moisturizing your hair with a good moisturizer every day without fail. It's not going to take you long. Twice a day, open palm method, boom, 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 put up in a ponytail, go on your way and be done. All right. On wash day, of course, you're going to wash your hair. You're going to moisturize as well. But day 2 and beyond, just open palm, be done, 2-3 minutes. Get it done, go to bed, wake up the next day, fluff it out, and go ahead on about your business. Okay? And then, there was one more. What was the fourth one I wanted to tell you guys? Hot oil treatments. You really, really, really got to ramp up your hot oil treatments in the wintertime. Now, hot oil treatments can take up some time. I'm not even going to lie. They add a whole nother layer to your wash day. But my perfect world is that you would actually do a hot oil treatment deep conditioning and a hot oil treatment every time you wash your hair. Though I realize that you may say, well, I got stuff to do, Gwen. I can't do it every time. Okay, fine. So let's do it once a month. At minimum, once a month. If you're not, a lot of you OGs are already doing it, which is great, fantastic, amazing. I'm so glad that you're doing these. And this is the people who are doing those things. Again, when I say you guys you might be the problem, this is one of the things. when you're doing these things, you find that there's literally a transformation in how your hair performs, how your curls lay, how coily your hair is, how your hair coils clump together. You will see a literal transformation if you're consistent with it. But for those of you who don't, you only do it here and there, you're not going to see that transformation. But you really need to make sure that you're doing it in the wintertime because, again, you don't have the moisture from the air or the environment to help you out. So you've got to replenish everything that you can. Deep conditioning and hot oil treatments will help your hair to, stay moisturized. It actually will help your moisturizer, your moisturizing product, to help your hair retain moisture longer. Let me kind of run that back to make sure that I'm making sense. So when you are part of what a moisturizer does, it does two things. One, it actually adds moisture to your hair. But two, it actually also helps to lock in the moisture that's already in your hair, right? So similar to what moisturizers do for the face. A lot of people don't know that for skincare, when you are moisturizing your face, you're actually not adding like the moisture to your face. What you're doing is that a good moisturizer actually helps to keep the moisture that's already in your body locked in so that your face doesn't get dry. So for someone who has dry skin, for example, a good moisturizer will actually, provided that they're doing what they need to do, let's say they're drinking water, it helps to lock that in longer. So this is one of the reasons why I do Real Hair Revelations, because there's so many like misconceptions about what products are supposed to do and how they actually work. And the same thing comes when it comes to skincare as well. A lot of people think you're putting a moisturizer on, it's supposed to keep your skin moisturized, but you may not be drinking adequate enough water. And so your skin still feels really dry, feels dehydrated. Well, if you find that you're starting to drink more water, you'll find that that moisturizer is actually working better because it's actually helping to lock the moisture in. It's very similar with your hair. So if you are drinking enough water, which I need y'all to make sure you're doing, 8 cups a day, okay, ladies? Drinking enough water. But then also when you're doing your hot oil treatments and deep conditionings, what a deep conditioning and a hot oil treatment does is it actually opens up the hair follicle. Because generally most oils cannot penetrate your hair shaft. But a hot oil treatment actually utilizes heat. So it could be in the form of a hooded dryer. It could be in the form of a heat cap. It actually opens up the hair follicle so that that oil can get inside and actually pad the inside layer of your hair with that oil and make it smooth and make it nice, make it shiny, all that kind of stuff, right? So what you do when you actually combine that with your daily moisturizing is that it actually helps to lock to that the benefit from that hot oil treatment is like tripled when you add the moisture on top of it, because the moisture is adding moisture to your dry hair, but then it's also helping to lock in what the deep conditioning and the hot oil treatment did together. So it's like a triple benefit if you do all these things at once. Does that make sense? So this is the reason why I really, really, really need you to make sure that you are cognizant of adding hot oil treatments and deep conditionings to your routine. There are some people here who, they're doing it every single week and they have the most amazing, beautiful hair. I mean, like, to die for. And they have 4C hair. There's this complete misnomer that 4C hair can't bounce, that it can't have movement, that it's going to be hard as a rock and all this other stuff. Not if you're doing what you're supposed to do. It doesn't have to be that way. So, again, it's all about being consistent, though. And the last thing that I want you to do is just make sure that you're drinking water. Okay? Now, I know a lot of y'all ain't going to do the water thing, but I'm telling you, it will help your hair so much more if you are drinking water. I have a jug. It's downstairs, but it's pink and it's pretty big. It's just 8 cups of water, and it has the times I'm supposed to drink it, so that I can stay on track throughout the day. I'm telling you, when I am drinking my water, again, the moisture retention in my hair is off the charts. It is a whole other level when I'm drinking my water consistently. All right. So make sure that you are drinking your water. And the bonus, and actually Erica just mentioned it, the bonus that I want to give you is that try to make sure that you add in protein treatments once a month. No more than once a month. Once a month is sufficient. You don't want to do too much protein because then you'll end up with what's called protein overload. Once a month on the protein, I suggest using an egg. Use the egg yolk, not the white. Egg whites remove moisture. Egg yolks add moisture. We have dry hair, so we need to add moisture, okay? We're going to add the moisture in, And you'll find it actually helps to strengthen your hair. But again, this is one of the things you got to be consistent with. It helps to strengthen your hair. It helps to either slow down or stop breakage. It's just really good. You'll actually, over time, start to feel your hair actually have more strength. You'll see less hair in the comb when you're combing it out, less hair breakage off when you're twisting it up. So that is the bonus, which is to drink. I'm sorry, don't drink protein. I guess you could drink protein, but in this case, do a protein treatment. There are other protein treatments out there if you are vegan or just simply don't like the egg. But honestly, the egg is the best protein treatment. You can do a mayonnaise and other stuff, but it's got a lot of other things in it. The egg is just straight up pure protein. And so it is a little bit messy because it's a yolk and it's runny. It's not the most fun experience, but it's only once a month. It's like literally 12 times a year. So if you can just stand it for the little bit of time that it takes, you'll find so much change in your hair. All right, you guys, that is my Hey Judy. Those are my tips for your winter hair care game plan. I hope you're writing it down. If you did not write it down, you can always run this back and you can revisit them. But I gave 5 or 6 different tips to help your hair thrive all winter long. The first one being making sure that you're not putting cotton and polyester on your hair, and then like the third or fourth one being the moisturizing. Those are the top 2. If you do nothing else, do those 2 and it will make a huge difference. Everything else it will just level it up for you, but definitely those 2. Staying away from cotton and polyester this winter and moisturizing your hair daily. All right, do you guys have any questions? I didn't see no questions come through. I feel like I must have done a really good job of explaining. Judy said, I do like me. I don't use egg whites, Epic Fail. Don't do like me and use the egg white, Epic Fail. My hair was so hard. Yeah, no. You don't want to use it. I'm glad that you shared that, Judy. Yes, you do not want to use the egg whites. You want to use the egg yolks, for sure. Egg yolks. All right. If you guys have not had a chance, make sure that you go get on that Whoop sale. The Whoop sale is on for the next couple, I think the next day or so. And it is 25% off anything on that one particular page. Danita has posted the link. Make sure that you go there and you get the Whoop sale. Again, this is while supplies last. This is not a site-wide sale. So what's ever on that page is what's going to be available. Actually, I'm going to look right now before I go to see what's happening on the page. Let me see what we have available. We have the Dramatic Definition Gel, 25% off for the dented versions. The Heavenly Hydration Grapeseed Hair Mist. Oh, it looks like the 8-ounce hair mist is already sold out, you guys. So the 8-ounce hair mist is gone already. The step 3 for tight curls is gone. The body butter is gone. So listen, I told y'all it wasn't gonna last. So this is 25% off anything on our website on this particular page that Danita is posting. That the product is perfectly fine on the inside. The only issue is that the cap may have gotten dented because maybe someone dropped it while they were making the product, or maybe the label is a little bit crooked or what have you, or maybe it got scratched up. But the product is completely fine, beautiful, just the same as you always get. The only difference is that, you know, it's got a little like ding here and there on the packaging. So we're offering all those at 25% off while supplies last. There's 3 items already sold out, and I just told y'all about this when I went live today, which was 45 minutes ago. So I'm telling you, don't mess around. Don't mess around, because you're going to miss out. And then you're going to be mad at me. You're going to be DMing me. You'll be trying to call the office and all this other stuff. And I'll be like, I told you to go get it. But you delayed. So I can't tell you the next time we're going to have a Whoop sale. This is the first time that we're having it. You know, if we have another round of products that get, you know, dented or what have you, then we'll have another one. But I can't promise you when it's coming up. So I don't know. So if you want to get 25% off, I suggest that you go and get it. I saw not Yolanda, Alicia said, do you have a demo of your hair? Alicia, my hair right now, I have a demo of how I make my style. This is like day 9 or 10 for me on this hair. I have not yet, I've never this whole time retwisted or anything. And this is an old twist out. It's like, again, day 9 or 10. I do have a demo on the Facebook page here that shows how I make my hair last day after day after day, and how I can get predictable results from that every single time. So if you just search in the Facebook group under videos, you will see it's probably one of the most recent videos that I've done. And I literally just got on and showed the method that I do to keep my hair intact, keep the curls popping, so that my hair lasts, you know, at least 7 days or longer. So I did do that. I didn't show like the twist out process, but I did show how to, I think the bigger issue that most people have is how they make their hair last after day 2. And so I did a demo of that. So that is on the page. All right. So thank you guys so much for joining. And again, don't delay on this whoop sale because it's already 3 items sold out. And again, it's just while supplies last. So you guys have a great rest of your night. I'll talk to you later. And I'll see you in the nation. Mwah. Love you. Bye.